This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. Hi, I'm mark-alyn. During the next 2 hours, we're going to talk about a wide variety of subjects that relate to each and every one of us as it pertains to our health. Believe it or not, we're going to talk to some guys during hour 2 about horror films. Now, these guys fund horror films, but they've done some research to show that slasher movies make better marriages if you watch them. They improve your health in a variety of ways, and we're going to discuss it. And I don't like horror movies. We'll also be talking during hour 2 with a woman who has had a lot of suffering in her life. Her name is Linda Lozzi, and she's written a book called The Great God Hunt. She lost not one child, but within a number of years, 2 children died, one of suicide. And we'll talk about that because she now lives life to its fullest and has some ways of us to overcome grief, depression, and despair. That's during hour 2. Now, during hour 1, we're going to spend some time with Dr. Hans-Kluger, our friend who we've known for 30 years or more.
35.
35 years we've known. Oh, my God. We both had the color of our hair was different then. And we're going to talk about health trends during the first part of our hour. And then a little bit later on in the show, in about 25 minutes or so, Dr. Ross Pelton, the natural pharmacist and the author of 10 books and a clinical certified clinical nutritionist, will be joining us to talk to us about probiotics and the need for that. Hans, you look so good.
Well, thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
trying. What other choice do I have?
You don't. And to Daryl Wayne, our insane Daryl Wayne, who is our partner and producer, you took a picture last week and posted it on Facebook?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, you did. You look terrific.
Well, I don't take a picture of myself and post it. Other people
Take
photograph me doing something somewhere.
You were just looking at the camera, but
Well,
you look so tall and handsome.
He was actually taking a picture with all of us, and because we're not looking that great, he looks better.
That may be
That's
true.
it.
We're going to have a picture and maybe a video of the 3 of us up on our Facebook page this week, wishing everybody a happy new year. And that'll be Hans, the insane Daryl Wayne, and me, mark-alyn. All right, let's take a look at the trends in health for 2016. You have a tremendous article in the Health Freedom News.
The National Health Federation.
And from the National Health Federation.
Right. We are now international, even into Europe, Germany, and Sweden.
Oh, wow.
And we founded it about 60 years ago, and we are a PETA in the whatever of the drug companies, et cetera, because we have proven that a simple following good health practices is much more important than taking drugs. As a matter of fact, drugs are becoming more and more questionable because, very simple question, have anybody ever demonstrated a drug deficiency for the cause of a disease? No, they haven't, right? And the drug companies, they are naturally only interested in selling their drugs. And while we are going further down into the basics, everything from nutrition to stress, environment, and so on. Right?
Last week, I woke up and I looked at the sky, and it was gorgeous. There were streaks of color and cloud formations. There were pinks and oranges, and they were beautiful. Not 2 minutes after I saw that, you called me. And you said, did you see these streaks? These are not good streaks.
Oh, no, definitely not, definitely not. Put yourself in the position of a big industry, special interest, for example, the carbon industry, right? Now, we know that global warming is very simple. You just look at the NASA database, the NASA Environment News, everything. The NASA guys are fantastic, right? So anyway, and they will tell you that global warming is simply due to an excess of CO2. We are burning far too much coal, oil, gas, in forming CO2, and on the other hand, deforestation. I mean, cutting down forests and trees, which are our number one defense against CO2, and land mismanagement. Right? This is a big thing right now. As a matter of fact,
but some people say that there's no evidence to say that we have global warming.
Well, they are a little bit disturbed in their mind. I would say this is my number one definition, right? Or they have been reading the phony BS El Toro Poo-Poo postings by the carbon industry. As a matter of fact, that's very serious. Drexel University on the East Coast published a big paper, and that's being quoted everywhere, showing that the carbon industry, because it doesn't want to burn less oil and gas and so on purpose, planted $543 million worth of bogus arguments to confuse the public. And people read that, and they're very well designed. Like, for example, one of them is, oh, come on, CO2, what a nonsense. CO2 is a plant nutrient. When CO2 increases, trees and plants, they grow faster, right? No, it ain't so. As a matter of fact, San Diego University was one of the very first ones to show that when CO2 goes up past a certain level, it becomes toxic to the trees. It's like too much of a good thing, right? And they shut down CO2 uptake. And there we go.
Wow. All right, let's talk about this. What was it that I was seeing then? CO2?
Well, no. What you were seeing was as I said, the BS that was presented to various different, or pushed by the carbon industry all around the world. Oh, we have to do something about global warming. We have to lay a shield against some sunlight from hitting the earth. So what they're doing up there, they're spraying stuff up there in an area of between 30 and 40,000 feet. That's, by the way, exactly the same altitudes that airlines fly. Right? And if you're a frequent flyer, we already have doctors that are working with frequent flyers and show in their blood analysis exactly the same stuff what's in that spray. Right? Which is reprocessed coal ash, most likely, but very similar to that, because when this stuff comes down with a little air disturbance in rain, there is a gentleman up in Northern California, geoengineeringwatch.org, and they actually catch the rain and they send it to a laboratory. And guess what's in this stuff? It's aluminum, barium, strontium, thallium, and so on. And aluminum is the key part. Aluminum, MIT, Harvard, Stony Brook.
And it's in everything. It's in deodorant.
That too, we should never. But this antiperspirant.
Right.
It's not deodorant.
Yeah. Oh, it's antiperspirant.
Right? So anyway, the aluminum is extremely toxic. Aluminum will cause Alzheimer's in people, autism in children. Aluminum is...
What about aluminum foil? Can you use that or not?
Well, you can use it as long, for example, you just cover things up and so on. Like I wouldn't really use it with anything where there's some little bit acids in it, like fruits, right? A little fruit acid, they could possibly dissolve some of the aluminum. I just stay away from it. That's much better. Right?
Our guest is Dr. Hans-Kluger. He's a member of the International Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, IAAM. And you've been studying this for over 35 years.
As a matter of 1974, I was professor of chemistry at Roosevelt University in Chicago. I studied.
My father-in-law's alma mater.
That is really, very nice place. And our chairman, Professor Guthman, encouraged me. He says, why don't you do some animal studies, longevity studies, aging research, and so on. And everybody contributed. The biology department gave him an assistant. Somebody else paid for foods. And we put animals under all the wrong conditions and all the right conditions. That means animals that were raised to be very similar to humans in respect to their onset of cancer, right? Percentage-wise.
Mice?
Right. Yes. They're Swiss albino mice are called. Then there's a type of rat that's called Sprague Dawley rats. And so we put them under all the right conditions, all the wrong conditions, the right conditions.
I'd rather find some humans to do that to rather than And
Yeah,
that's
but
what we're doing now.
We confirm that later on. But in the right conditions, what to do exercise. The most important part in the wrong conditions was cigarette smoke blown through the cages, bad diet, etc., etc. Good diet supplements and the right side, and we had a difference of 100% in average lifespans. And everybody said,
Just by having a good diet.
well, everything combined, right? I mean, environment, diet, stress management, and all these
Exercise.
things, right? Exercise. Now, the interesting thing is you do the same longevity studies without the exercise, the physical activity, and everything drops by 50%.
Exercise is important. Dr. Hans-Kluger is our guest, and this is Late Night Health. Just a message from our friend Tony O'Donnell. If you're in pain this holiday season, why not try Joint Support Plus, a revolutionary product that eases the discomfort of nagging pain. Joint Support Plus has many revolutionary ingredients that have been clinically shown by various doctors to ease the harsh discomfort of pain. Here's what you do. Go to their website, radiantgreens.com, or ask for Joint Support Plus at your local health food store. I'm mark-alyn. This is Late Night Health. Join us at latenightshealth.com. Go to facebook.com/Late Night Health, and you will see what the insane Daryl Wayne really looks like, because we're going to have a video up there. Dr. Hans-Kluger will be joining us there as well. All right, Dr. Hans and I will continue our conversation about the environment and health as Late Night Health continues. And anti-aging. Anti-aging.